Hello, hello. Happy Monday. We are at the 22nd of February, y'all. This is a good time to be here. So today is a big day. Sorry, I'm running a little behind today. There's some big stuff coming through, and I'm excited to share this with each and every one of you. Okay, so first, let's just set the intention and clear our space. So coming into your heart, rubbing your hands together, and just dropping down and in. I tell you, today, the fiery energy that wants to come in, I keep having to recalibrate, kind of set back down and in to my center. So really the torch flames can come through and create something very, very useful and grounded, not only for myself, but all those who will be participating. Okay, so hello. All right, so we're just coming into the heart space here, welcoming in what is, dropping back down and in, closing your eyes, taking a breath in, holding it here, feeling the pulse, saying hello to your body, and letting go. One more time. Dropping in all the way, dropping a plumb line from the top of your head all the way through your central channel of your torso, of your body, and then down to your feet, feeling weighty. And exhaling out. All right, I'm going to use a feather here, and we're going to clear, bathe, bless, purify, harmonize, and divinitize our space, our bodies, the cells of our being, calling all the aspects of your high self to come on board in this now. Everybody join us, all these highest aspects of your being. And may this platform, this communication, this video be clear, bathed, blessed, purified, harmonized, and divinitized, brought into the highest light for all current and present time watching, and then future time. Aligning. Okay, so there's so much that I have to share with you today. This really will be a pretty big one. I woke up this morning. Yesterday I didn't know what the talk would be about, and this morning I certainly did. So let me go ahead, before we begin, pull a card here and just see what Spirit wants to say, any messages, and you participate in this by bringing your awareness, dropping into your body, and asking to see, know, and be shown the message that needs to come through for you today. So today is going to be a bit more physical. I want to offer each of you the chance to see what it's like, not just me talking about the changes, but like what do I do to make it happen? You know, there's many different components, but this is just one, for me, a very pivotal piece. But before we do that, let's just ask for the message. Pulling up cards here. Yeah, this one. This is the main one. Okay. All right, so our ancient future and vulnerability were the two that came through. So here's this one and this one. Okay, let me read a couple things about this before we go on. All right. 39. Okay, so our ancient future. Wisdom from indigenous peoples, ancestors holding the keys for the future, ancient remembering, bloodlines, how the past affects the future, a time to step up, Timeless power symbols, activations for powerful shifts. Ding, ding, ding. So, bloodlines, time to step up, activations for powerful shifts, and ancient remembering. So this today is, we're going to be tapping into the cells, the nervous system of your body, so you can begin to recode and recalibrate. This is powerful work here. I'll give you guidance, before we go into it, but this is deep, integrative work, especially since these past, honestly, February, and the shifts that it has offered. This is great work, a great offering that's coming through me from Spirit for you today to really help you integrate. All right, so, and just notice, like me today, I'm trying to hold this energy, so please forgive me here. Like if I'm stumbling over words or not finding the right thing to say in the moment, the right thing, I'm just trying to hold the frequency that wants to come through and in all the offerings to support each of you. So ride with me for a little bit longer and then we can get into the actual activation. And I think you'll feel it. You'll probably begin to sweat a little bit from the awesomeness of it all. Okay, so vulnerability is the second one. All right, and that is real strength, holding space, healing past wounds, yes. Accepting yourself as you are, yes. Sharing from the depths of your heart, raw truths, yes. Compassion for others, removing your armor, yep. And the last one, removing your armor. So we're just going to go in and we're actually, instead of just talking about clearing out the house and removing those shingles and taking out that layer, we're going to actually go do that with this practice today. And it's going to look different for each of you. It's going to feel different for each of you. Of course, this is what I'm taking in. These two cards and what I'm interpreting is for me, for this group. But if they touched you in a different way, you receive them differently, honor yourself and your interpretation first and foremost, because you're the only one who can do your life. You know what you need. Okay. So I'm going to hold these here. Okay. So let me get into it. Let me adjust this real quick. We're going to go through, I'm going to do some adjustments today, moving around. And so this will just be a very interactive experience. And I'm going to ask that each of you do it with me to be able to have the most tangible experience for yourself. So my intention here is to help us get into the body. So many of us are stuck in our minds in the mental part. Sometimes it's a convolution of emotion and mental, but let's just keep it simple. We're stuck in the mental and it should be this way, it should be that way. I shouldn't be doing this. I need to do this in order to achieve 1, 2, or 3 things. And we're gonna move from the mental and all that stuff, filler, fluff, like crackly energy, into identifying and clearing emotional states, beliefs, paradigms, whatever you're holding in your system, so we can make room for you to embody the new changes that are coming in. And the new changes are going to be where you overwrite and override your lesser realities. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to talk you through this right now. We'll do the practice, but the magic here, for a lot of the magic, the reason I'm doing this with you is that it's beyond words what comes through in the transmission. And the reason that I'm recording it is so that you can revisit it over and over, because whatever is coming through me isn't just for me, it can serve a greater group of people. So see how it supports you. So we are going to first do the breath of fire. I've talked about this several times. I've pointed you to some yoga teachers, Kundalini yoga teachers who specialize in this, but I just think getting my hands dirty with y'all and doing it, showing you what I do, will give you the best experience in this moment to be able to receive the energy. So we're going to do breath of fire for 3 minutes. I'm going to ask that you stand up. If you have any, if you're pregnant, if you're nursing, if you have any heart-related issues, if your doctor has told you not to do rapid breathing, if you know that you have vertigo or you pass out, self-care, and don't do this, but I would suggest sitting down, deeply breathing through your nose into your belly, expanding your abdomen out, exhaling through your mouth. So that is the way to clear and reset the nervous system, okay? Let me see here. And while we're doing the breath of fire for the 3 minutes here, and you can slow down. I'm going to go at a medium pace. I'm not super advanced like some Kundalini yoga teachers, but it's serving the purpose of just resetting the nervous system here. So slow it down if you find yourself getting dizzy, and if you go too far, sit down and just do the deep breathing. Okay. While we're doing the breath, though, I'm going to ask that you ask yourself, you're on a spirit level, what am I resisting? And it's from a loving, compassionate place. I woke up and I had to do this for myself. That's why I'm doing this now. So y'all can feel it for yourselves. What am I resisting? And asking, because you're keeping your brain busy by doing this breath work and you're resetting the nervous system. So we're going to ask, what am I resisting? May it be shown. Put it on the table, a pearlescent gold table outside of your field, outside of your aura, okay? And then we're going to sit back down, or you can stand up and call in, receive your light and the storyline you want to create. And we're going to do it from a feeling place. What does it feel like to be in that place? And it's going to be from the heart. And I like to seal this in with affirmations like, I'm awesome, I'm worthy, I can do this, you know you can do this. Call in my light, I connect my highest self into my body. I might do some of that towards the end. But this is going to be like, I'm going to be doing this like I'm standing in front of a mirror. And I encourage each of you to go stand in front of a mirror and do this with me and feel it for yourself. A lot of times you get sweaty. You feel the heat and because that's the release. And then you might get cold because there'll be activations coming in. Okay, so thank you. Sorry, just saw the note. No worries, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you. Okay, so do any of you have any questions for me so far? If not, I'm going to begin to move myself around. And so you get to take a little preview of my room. Okay. Because I kind of want you to see. There we go. All right. Any questions? And I'm going to set a timer here. And y'all, couple notes here. So this is a fire phase. This is a burning through and rebuilding. I have these notes on my dry erase board. That's more like grounded earth and metal structure to support the changes that I'm making and bringing through today. So this is just one component. The other week I was in a very watery place. I felt very vulnerable. I felt like heartbreak that I was processing. That wasn't a time to do the breath of fire for me. That was a time to be in my feelings, feel my feelings, do the 90 seconds of feeling the depths of what was coming up for me and clearing them through and reprogramming in a gentler way. This is a little bit of a fiery wake-up call for our system here. So if it doesn't resonate with you today, we all have these cycles that we go through. Keep this in the back of your mind. It might resonate with you in 2-3 weeks or at a different phase of your growth and development. It might be the kick in the butt that you need to shift from one stuck kind of state into the next. Sometimes we just have to be like that gumption, that get up and go within ourselves to pick yourself up from your bootstraps and say, okay, I'm going to make this change. Okay? So before I begin, let me turn on my fan really quick because it might get warm. All right. And so just see what happens and comes through for you today. All right, I'm gonna get this timer going. All right, so hands come to the heart. And let me pause this. The breath of fire, let me explain it to you. You're gonna like exhale with your mouth closed, like you're blowing into a tissue, but you're going to pump from your solar plexus, this area right here. And it's gonna be, watch my stomach. Can you see it? And so with each exhale, you completely kind of empty your lungs and this clears out your gut. This is a deep resetting here. And your lungs naturally refill for the inhale. So practice this while we go through just 3 minutes, and then you can revisit at any time, but I just kind of want to get this going for y'all. All right, here we go. Hands to the heart to start out with. Feel those thumbs pressing. Okay. Feel your feet on the ground. Visualize what you're ready to release. What are you resisting? So 2 minutes in, already you can see the breath shifting here. Feel the power of your navel center as you pump out. "30 seconds. Okay, into time. Okay. Big clearing. I'm super dizzy right now. We're going to exhale out. Inhale into the heart space. I like to do this. Raising your hands up above your head, palms facing. Close up your anal sphincter. Activate your stomach, belly button, in and up. Close your eyes. Run your energy up the back of your spine, up the top of your head, into your heart space. Pulse it through. We're collecting everything, all your life force back into your body. Hold it. Tongue can gently press on the roof of your mouth. Exhale. Second time. Inhaling up, really squeeze, activate your muscles. You're running the cycle from your tailbone, up your spine, through the top of your head, into your heart space here. Flooding it with new life force. Exhale. Come into the heart. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay. How are y'all doing? I'm gonna lower this down, turn you around. I'm gonna get some water. If you need to, get some water for yourself. Okay, now's the window here. We're going to call back in. We're going to use this activation. Unplug, do your neutral separations from anything you're ready to release. In your mind's eye, bring up a pearlescent gold river and put all the other stuff on the other side of the river. You can have a pearlescent gold fire and release it across. Okay. Now, if you're looking in the mirror, who are you? What do you want to create? Now that all that shit has been kind of cleared off, we burned through a lot, and I can tell you I was super dizzy, more dizzy than I get when I normally do it myself. So I know we were clearing. I know stuff was happening here. So who is underneath all that? Look them in the eyes. I love you. You're fucking awesome. No, you're fucking awesome. You're awesome. You are amazing. Look at this beam of light that you are. Recode your reality. You have 100% permission to create something new. Who told you you were not amazing? Yep, bring them up. Bring all that stuff up. Goodbye. Put that on the other side of the river. Let it go. Loving compassion. Feel the feelings right now because your system is turned on. You're warmed up. Use your breath here into the belly. Powerful breath. Inhale. Let it go to the other side. Give it to God. Give it to Spirit. Give it to Source. Who told you you were less than? Who told you you couldn't? Yep, and what this is doing is going through your spine, and we're releasing the programs that have been implanted in your spinal column, in your tissues. Who told you you couldn't? You shouldn't? You aren't? Whatever it is. Whatever fear-based separation storyline that runs through your system loud and clear. Maybe you've been told you're too much. Again, another separation from Source, another fear that you can't, that you're not able, that you're not worthy, whatever it is. And we're going to give it to Spirit, give it to the bigger hands of creation as you breathe in your pure light into your spinal column. Let us recalibrate, recode, overwrite any lesser reality that lives in our body, in the emotional body, in the mental body, in the physical form, all the way down to Mother Earth, into the grounding. Come back to your heart. If it starts to feel really big, I love you. You've got this. I love you. I'm scared. Fuck, I'm scared. Feel it in the throat. Who am I without all of this? I love you. We've got this. You've got this. You've got this. Fucking A, you've got this. You are a divine ray of light. You've got this. And so move. I find for me, in my integration, moving it into the nervous system, a lot of times I'll be standing up and I'll be swaying side to side or moving back and forth, and it just helps. There is actually like a recalibration of the nervous system happening here, and you can twist your body left to right and move. Okay. So tell me if you can kind of check in with me for a second. Let me know, is anything coming up? Even like a thumbs up. Are you feeling this? Okay. So is there something, while you're doing that, I'm going to say, is there something in your life that you want to create, that you want to see differently, that you want to live differently? You got to see it differently. You got to believe it differently, like in your cells and your bones and your emotions. You got to clear out the old shit. You got to bring in the new belief system and start reprogramming it, like I do on my vision, on my board here, my whiteboard. This is what feeds me every day, along with cards. I want to show you these cards as well. See these cards? Every morning or every night, I read them to myself in front of the mirror every night. Yes, lots of this, but a good purge. Okay, and so it's about the purging, but it's also about recalibrating and gently bringing in, for whatever degree is accessible for you right now, the fresh water, the light of your being, to gently, compassionately hold and love and nurture you through this process. So some people are gonna be like balls to the wall, like just all the things. I'd encourage you, less is more with this. We did a big shift here, but less is more, because it will, the little trickle is going to allow your system not to get too shaken up, where it gets overwhelmed and says, oh, I have to shut down. So if you just bring in a little trickle each day, that will really serve you. But don't hold back on you being awesome and however you want to rewrite your reality. So mine contains, just as an examples here, I'm willing and ready to believe and see things differently. I am so worthy, more than I have ever known. I am so strong. I am so powerful. I'm ready to receive, call in, hold, and share my light with the world. And that can be light, love, relationships, money, abundance, gifts. What you rewrite it for yourself. I affirm my reality into being. I am ready to face myself and reconcile with who I am, peacefully, harmoniously, and powerfully. This is one of my favorites. I have a divine place in the world. I belong. The world needs me. My light explodes into the world. I go big. My life is fucking miraculous. I am a walking miracle. I am powerful, successful, and for me, financially wealthy. I am a huge divine light. So be it. And so I share these things with each of you, so you have something to kind of tap into and feel, because we just did a big shift here. Find the words for yourself that light you up, that make you feel like where you walk on the edge of your reality, like, oh, I didn't even think this was possible. I want you to explore those corners of you of the impossible. Go walk around in your internal landscape and find what you think is impossible, and then start to feed that possibility into your reality. I tell you, it is. Like, I can walk around with an open, loving heart and not be wounded. And for so many of us, that's like, yeah, whatever, Meg. But the truth of the matter is, when our heart is wide open, it actually comes into a place where we come into a place where we actually transmute whatever is presented. When we actually operate with that wide open heart, it just kind of transmutes it into unconditional love. Not to change anything around us, but that's just the nature of a wide open heart. But we have not been modeled. That has not been modeled for us, or the space held. And, you know, the world is what it is, so it's been historically challenging, but we're moving into this new state. And I so desire for each and every one of you, whether you're on this call or in the future time watching, for you to live with a wide open heart, to feel safe, and to be like this crystal, like just lit up, like blah, into the world. That is my soul's desire for each and every one of you. So we can call that light in through money, through relationships, through physical, like health. But ultimately, at the end of the day, our soul's impulse and desire is to discover and live more of itself. And we're in a phase, and if you're on this call, we're in a phase of ascension, of awakening, where a portion of humanity is here to activate that and be the way showers for the rest of the people who aren't necessarily quite there yet, but they're paving the way. You are paving the way. And so by embodying more of your light into your vessel, basically, it just makes it easier for everyone else at a future time. And this is just part of your service. This is part of your being here. You wouldn't be interested in this stuff. And look, some of us might have, no telling, our journeys, how we got here. But forgiveness, compassion for yourself, and then be here now. Be here now. And let's invite all those old timelines and storylines, and we're just going to move them. We're moving into healing, by the way. Let's invite all those storylines. I just see them kind of implanted and kind of surrounding your spinal column. Let's invite them to move away and out. Forgiveness for yourself. Breathe your body here. And let's anchor this down. And y'all, the old storylines that are leaving, there's a lot of grief leaving out of your feet. You don't have to hang on to them and pick through the trash. You can just, at this point with some of this stuff, you can just let it go. And this is the edge of the possibility that it is possible to see a wound, a really old pattern, witness it, process it like we did with the breath of fire, or find your own way, whatever intuitively works for you, reaffirm a different reality, and then it's done. It's done. You decide. And I think that's really what we're being, our states of being a powerful creator being are being activated now, and this is part of it. And so no one's going to do it for you. You've got to do it for yourself. There's teachers like myself and others out there who will hold the space while you practice and learn. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you've got to put your feet on the ground. You got to get yourself in front of that mirror, and you got to say, I'm freaking awesome. And you got to be the parent for yourself that your parents were never able to be for you. That's what we're being asked to do, because you are awesome, and you are so much more than this experience. This is just one spectrum in the whole rainbow of you. This is just one slice. And I'm not minimizing you or your experience in this world. I'm saying you are so much more. And so if you go to Baskin Robbins, why just get one flavor? Why not try 5? Why not be all the flavors in one body? Grounded, connected, in alignment, of course. Okay, so y'all, if you're anyone feeling dizzy or not quite sure, not a little ungrounded, if you do, just know we've rewired your nervous system working with the DNA, and so this is part of, it's just part of it. And so use your breath and be gentle with yourself, plenty of water, and probably need to take a rest for at least 15-20 minutes and get in the sunshine. Find that ray of sunshine wherever you are. Because we're talking about embodiment here, but there's also the recoding of your DNA at the same time. Okay, and so as this is happening, there's another piece that I want to add to this. So there's so much happening, and this has come up several times, so I think I need to mention it. There's a lot in the belly area lately, because this is the embodiment and the integration portion happening. It's symbolic, but it's also very real. And so what I've gone back to is a training, a bodywork methodology that I was trained in several years ago and I found tremendously helpful. It's called Yamana body rolling. Let me show you the elements of it. Some of you know about this, but here's the ball. This is Yamana. And so there's also a smaller one for those of you that are under 5'4". Typically this is good. These balls, you can work the whole body. It's like having a massage, but you can do it yourself. Particularly right now, I am liking going into the abdomen. And so I'm going to stand up and show you all kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, this will be good. Okay, so the Yamana ball, it goes on the pubic symphysis, which is right here. And you're laying down here, and the ball, you'll lay down on the ball like kind of like flat, straight out, belly down on the ground, and the ball will sink into your belly. And you breathe in, and it sinks in. And you do that all the way up to your belly button here, not above. And it sinks in, and it actually breaks up the accumulation in your digestive tract. And then we roll into the sides, the inside of the pelvis as well, on the left and the right side. And I found that tremendously helpful over the past few weeks as we have been embodying more and more of this energy. So if you have a Yamana ball, if you have a large ball that's kind of soft like this, like a dodgeball, you can try it. Never go above the belly button though, because there is actually like a membrane that connects the belly button to the diaphragm, and you don't want to pop that. Also, you could just do massage work and massaging your stomach, but really loosening up these areas. That is a really great way to begin to assist your physical tissues with releasing the density that's held in the digestive tract, because our digestion is how we process the world. And just think about those times when you've been eating and then there's been a fight in front of you, or there's been something upsetting, or you were eating and you're eating holding feelings of sadness, distortion, separation, whatever. And then that all gets stored in the digestion. And so there's many ways up this mountain, but I find that doing a intermittent fast, so not eating for like 16 hours or so, 16, 18 hours, and then getting on the ball and running it through the belly actually helps to loosen up, and it actually helps to relieve low back pain as well. But really I'm focusing on just the accumulation in the body, in the belly. So if any of you have questions about that, let me know. But it's my intention. I mentioned this a few weeks ago about starting a group mentorship. This is the type of thing that I will be working with a little bit more. We'll be doing work like this in the group mentorship. So if you are curious about it, and you're able to hold this space for yourself as you process through your emotions, this would be a great option. And I've put that link up in my bio. if any of you are curious about it or want to know any more. Okay, so let me see here. Thanks for staying on this ride with me today. I know it's been it's not the typical order, but I really do hope this has served you well in that it's very real. And let's come back into the heart space. Okay. So I'm seeing, all right, so the diamond center in your heart and your throat, there's like a blue kind of crystal looking, hold on, I have one. I see like this in your throat right now. Okay. And so normally, you know, I'll see a circle, but today it's kind of individualized. And so each of you are doing in your own process. But I see these kind of sacred geometries coming around you. Okay. Now breathing your light up from the core of the earth, all the way up to highest self, source. Exhale, down through the body into the earth. Column of light. You might need to take a little bit longer to get there, but I just want to set up the platform for you breathing your whole column of light so you can process out. Time in meditation and stillness today will be important so your body can recalibrate, and write down any messages you get, anything that comes through after this. It will just be a way for your subconscious to come through. We're really working with the subconscious and what's been running your nervous system and how you operate in the world. It's a big neural reset here. And so the heart and the belly are big landing pads and connectors for the nervous system. Okay. Any questions for me as I'm closing down? Anything you want to share? And if you have, you know, as I always say, direct message me if you have any questions about what I've talked about. Okay. I'm going to step back. Clear, bathe, bless, purify, harmonize, and divinitize any energy of yours that I've picked up, returning it back to you in highest light. Receiving my energy back, clear, bathe, bless, purified, harmonize, and divinitize in highest light. Thank you all for being here today. If you need some continued support, join me and Melanie on Saturday for the group healing. Really powerful. It's been very like present time energy. So that will also support your process. I do offer the one-on-ones as well. Everything that I offer is going to be in my bio, just if you're curious. Thank you so much for being here. So much love for each and every one of you. Your presence is invaluable. And until next week, be well.